Hey YouTube, it's Jamie. Smoking in my carport, as I usually do on Saturdays. I got the misters going. Got my Peterson XL315, and I've got some Westminster, a nice English Westminster. This is bowl number 2 today. My first one was Luxury Navy Flake. Yeah, I've been going back and forth. You know, like a Virginia, then an English, kind of back and forth. Maybe it depends on the time of day too. But so there's a purpose to this video. I'm going to keep it short. I was in an email with Ed, Armchair Piper, and a few other YTPC people, presenters, etc. And he said if we could say something about the smoke rings across the world, which is occurring on September 15th. September 15th, smoke rings across the world. I think it's the 3rd annual. Yeah, so make a video. I don't know if you want to make a video between now and then, just spreading the word. It's the 3rd annual Smoke Rings Across the World. Ed, Armchair Piper, is kind of, I think he's doing a lot of the organizational stuff. I think he's putting together like a video compilation of people blowing smoke rings. So I don't know, I'm planning on making a video for it and posting it on September 15th just to contribute. You know, it's a nice community kind of project, fun little YTPC project. It'd be nice to participate in that. I gotta figure out a good place. I'm probably gonna have to do it in my car because the stillness of the air. I'm thinking maybe I'll, sorry, I got this dog right here. Yeah, I figured maybe I'll have to bring a burley that day. What do you think's the most voluminous smoke? Probably a burley or some sort of lap bomb, like maybe nightcap or something. Trying to think what's going to be the thickest, most voluminous smoke. Yeah, maybe a burley. But what else? I think that's about it. I'm just chilling today. Not much going on. Just relaxing and hanging out with the dog. My wife's out doing some volunteer things she does every Saturday at the Wildlife Center here. There's like a Liberty Wildlife, it's called. She goes there every Saturday, so I kind of have the homestead to myself for the first half of the day. Then we usually go get something to eat. Well, that's a typical Saturday. I do have a presentation I have to do later for, it's a Masonic thing, so I have like a PowerPoint that I have to do for an hour that I get to do. I get to do this PowerPoint for one of the Masonic organizations. This one particularly is one out of Indiana, Central Indiana, Masonic something or other. But I periodically get asked to do PowerPoint presentations and stuff like that. for various groups. Or to fly around. That's also cool. I get to do some traveling behind that as well. Just, you know, all over the U.S. doing presentations on various educational subjects. You know, my wheelhouse, as you may or may not know, though, is more like esoterica, Western esotericism, I would say. Maybe with an emphasis on astrological history and symbolism. And again, I've said this before, when I talk about astrology, I'm not talking about hippie New Age astrology. I'm particularly interested in Hellenistic era astrology, the original astrological theory and practice of particularly Alexandria, Egypt, about 2,000 years ago. And I like medieval Perso-Arabic astrology all through the medieval period. And then lately, the past few years, I've been studying Renaissance astrology. Astrology as it was practiced during the Renaissance. And I can assure you that this is a vastly different beast than the sort of hippified, New Age astrology that we've encountered in the 20th century. Anyway, yeah, I guess I've made it a sort of personal project to recuperate astrology. I know it's frowned upon from a lot of various perspectives, but not at that time, not during the Renaissance. In fact, there were a lot of devout people who practiced particularly natural astrology. There's a couple kind of domains of astrology. Natural and judicial would be some of the big ones. Like natural would be like mundane astrology, the astrology about, it's basically meteorology, primitive meteorology. But of course, judicial astrology was sort of frowned upon by the church. Yeah. Judicial astrology is the reading of like natal charts and fortune telling and stuff like that. Clearly that was frowned upon because it suggested that, the universe or the cosmos and its causality had some bearing on the will of God, God's will. And there's a lot of different ways to look at that. There's a lot of different ways people have historically looked at that. I wanted to make this a short video. I don't know why I'm digressing into this, but maybe I'll talk about that another time. But smoke rings across the world, September 15th, Ed, Armchair Piper. If you're a YTPC person, maybe you want to participate or not, or you want to, watch and support others making videos and things like that, or whatever. Do whatever you want to do.